Raise your hands who here has dreams. Yes, everybody do have dreams. Now, how many of us also struggle with self-doubt and uncertainty in the journey to achieving them? Even I do have. So, same story I would like to narrate, that is my friend Neha. She is an aspiring entrepreneur, faced the same challenges. Then she met a person named Rohan, who was a seasoned entrepreneur and who became later on her mentor. So Rohan didn't just hand her solutions, he even asked him questions and challenged her ideas, helped her see failures as a stones. Over time, Neha gained the clarity, confidence, and the resilience. Eventually, she successfully launched her startup. Watching Neha's passion reminded Rohan of his own early struggles, reigniting his drive to innovate. So one day, Neha said that I couldn't have done this without your guidance. Rohan smiled and replied that I wouldn't have rediscovered my passion without mentoring you. This is just a glimpse of power of mentorship. Get ready because today we are going to dive into an engaging session on mentoring with Toastmaster Monica. Greetings, Mr. and Madam Toastmaster and esteemed guest. I am Megha, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all for the joint meeting of the Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. The mission of the Toastmaster Club is to provide a supporting and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self confidence and personal growth. During the meeting tenure, we do follow certain ground rules, and these are, as a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing this topic. Second one, please turn off your mobile phones or put them in a silent mode. Third, please do not cross-talk and keep your audio mute. Speak only when you are in the spotlight. With this, I announce the meeting as open and hand over the meeting to our presiding officer for this meeting, Toastmaster Mohit. Please welcome Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Megha, for that energetic start to today's meeting. Very pertinent discussion that you already unveiled. It is this mentoring which can make the difference between our success and failure. I would like to ask a question from the audience. How many of us have mentors, formal mentors in our professional or our Toastmasters world? Raise your hand if you have one. Okay, some of you do have mentors, which is great. And how many of you are mentors for someone else? Raise your hand if that is the case. A few of you are mentoring others as well. So the other day, my wife asked me, she was assigned a mentee at her workplace and she was a bit anxious. She was like, how will I make sure that my mentee becomes successful? Because what if I'm challenged to address the questions or doubts that the mentee has? And that's where we finally discussed and concluded that everybody needs a mentor. Even mentors need mentors for guidance, for resolving some complex challenges. And that's where our today's session, Mentoring 2.0, comes in. I'm looking forward to what Monica has planned for today's session. But mentoring is that game changer which we are going to be very focused on for the rest of the year. And this will only be successful if we all come together as mentors, as mentees. Another question I would like to ask you, which is the best ability? Anybody? What do you think is the best ability we have? Okay, according to my mentor, the best ability we all have is availability. We need to put in time and effort to make sure our journey is successful and we grow in the process. So, the only thing that I will ask you from our mentoring 2.0 is availability for your own sake, for the sake of others. And with that, I would like to welcome some of our guests in the meeting today. Let me invite on stage JP Kaushik. Would you like to unmute yourself and share about you?
Uh, yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, sir, what is the question, sir?
Tell us a bit about you. What brings you here today?
Okay. So actually, I got a message on WhatsApp group about this mentorship 2.0. So I think that really mentor have a special kind of role in our life. Whenever mentor is there, in Hindi it is said that Guru Gobind do khade kaake lagu paaye, बलिहारी Guru आपने जिन गोविंद देव बताए. So whenever we are having mentor in our life, they always guide us. And in Toastmaster Club, everybody who joins on these days, like on Sunday or Saturday, whenever you commence this type of meeting, then I think everybody here is a mentor. He always guide. He always try to give some glimpses about what to do or what not to do. So this mentorship, I think, have a significant important role in our life. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, JP Kaushik, for sharing that and also your thoughts around mentoring. Let's invite on stage Jaspreet once again. If you would like to come on stage and tell us all about a bit about your introduction and what brings you here today.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, Jaspreet.
Okay, thank you. So I just wanted to just attend this one meeting so that I can. I'm looking for a different club because there are huge chances that my club will dissolve after some time. So that's why I'm looking for a different club, and maybe this will be it. Thank you.
Absolutely, Jaspreet. Thanks for coming and joining us. We'll be glad for you to experience today's meeting, and also separately we can connect and share with you the meeting website or the club website where you will find the details of all our previous sessions as well. So happy to add you to a WhatsApp group where you will get to know about our club and our other members as well. Okay, and Suraj, would you like to unmute and share about you?
Hi everybody, good morning. I already have been here number of times. So myself is Suraj, and here I am here to practice. I am here to take participate in table topic session and enjoy the meeting because today is Sunday and I do not have anything to do. So that's why I'm here.
Absolutely, Suraj. That's the best use of our Sunday. Investment in our own self is the best investment we can make. So, like you, we are here to invest in our growth. Thanks for joining. Davinder Singh, could you please unmute and share about
Hi,
yourself?
Mohit. Good morning, everyone. I'm already Toastmaster in another club. Today I could not go there because I slept quite late yesterday night. But if not there, then here. That's it.
Wonderful having you, Davinder, as always. And Mukul, could you unmute and tell us what brings you here today?
Hi everyone, this is Mukul Suri. So this is my first time I'm joining a Toastmasters club, be it online or offline. So I do not have much information around. I've just heard a lot about it from my friends and colleagues. So I've been here with an open mind. So just wanted to see how it goes.
And great, Mukul. And what do you do otherwise?
So currently I'm working as a senior associate at Axia. That's in Gurgaon.
Okay. Okay, Mukul. I think we will love to hear more from you about how your experience today was. This is your first meeting as in any Toastmasters club. So definitely would love to hear from you and connect with you offline.
Sure.
All right. I think those are all our guests. Let me know if I'm missing out on anyone. Okay, then we are good to jump into the real meat of the session. And for that, I would like to hand over the virtual stage to my colleague, Toastmaster Monica, who's the Toastmaster of the day. Let's welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for the warm welcome. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to an amazing meeting. So today morning, I heard interview of Sudha Murthy, the Sudha Murthy, and she was talking about that teachers are actually leaders of the whole country. They are grooming the kids or even the leaders, right? So, and what she said is, especially for the teachers, that although they are conducting the examination for their students, the teacher should also undergo the examination. In a sense, they should also be able to evaluate themselves as well as upgrade themselves in the areas where there is a scope of improvement. And that's made me more confident about today's topic because that's what would be the agenda for today's theme or for the meeting. But before I go deep into what this agenda is, what the Mentoring 2.0 all about is, let me first set up the ground rules or the way we will be conducting this meeting. So the meeting for today will be conducted in 3 phases. First would be the prepared speech session. And we are fortunate that we have 3 great speakers today who will be giving their wonderful speeches. Very excited to hear from them. Second would be the second would be the actual test of your skills, your communication skills through the table topic contest. And thirdly will be the evaluation session. Because of course, we all are here to not only share what we have or express our information or learnings, but also learn through it, like where do we have a scope of further development. So before I go ahead, I would like to welcome our journal evaluator today, who will be explaining her team's role and her own responsibility on how she will be taking us forward in the evaluation section. So I'll be happy to invite Mehek as our journal evaluator for today. Toastmaster Mehek, virtual stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monica. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Mentoring is an invisible thread that weaves in journey of different individuals, whether in Toastmasters, in professional life, or even in your personal life. It is not just to provide answers to different questions, but to ask the right question, and for which is the general evaluation role is the most important one, that is to give feedback and to get feedback. So today, my role in the meeting would be to observe, analyze, and provide feedback about the meeting whole, about how this meeting has been conducted. And just like any other good mentor, I will highlight the strengths suggest improvements, and would ensure that the meeting today would contribute to how we can improve further for the collective growth as a club. But let me tell you, no mentor works alone. There is a relationship between mentor and mentee. And here also, I will be collaborating with my tag team, that is Timer, R Counter, and Grammarian. So first, I would like to call on stage our R Counter for the meeting today, Toastmaster Ravinder, to explain his role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mac. Good morning, everyone. I'm your AHA counter for today. And the purpose of AHA counter is to note curse words like so, then, and the sounds like uh, like this. I will note each and every filler words or long pause, and I will represent my report at the end of meeting with the curse words used by speakers. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mac.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ravinder, for explaining your role so well. Well, do you all know that what makes a mentor and mentee relationship the best? It is when you take the opportunity. And now, if I see that we have the opportunity for all of you open, for you to take the role of timer and grammarian. So if anyone from the meeting today would want to take up the role, can come up and grab this opportunity.
Yes, I can be grammarian.
All right, Megha, please come up on stage and explain your role then as a grammarian.
Okay. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be a grammarian for today's meeting. So, as a grammarian, I will be looking for all the grammars and the good usage and the bad usage of the words that all the speakers are using. And at the end of the meeting, I will present my role. And in the some time, I will even present the word of the day and the phrase of the day in the chat box. So, and I urge you all to use that word of the day and phrase of the day in the entire meeting or whenever you speak. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Megha, for taking up the role of grammarian and grabbing the opportunity. Now, we have just one role left, that is the role of timer. So who wants to grab?
Okay, Mac, I'll take it, not an issue with AHA counter. So as per my role, I will note down of time for speech, either is table topic or prepared speeches. For prepared speeches, the time is 5 to 7 minutes. After 4 minutes, sorry, after 5 minutes, I'm right, after 5 minutes for the prepared speeches, I will display green card. Let me share my screen and show you. Can you just allow me to share my screen?
Yes, please check.
Okay, thank you. After 5 minutes, I will share green card that will appear like this on my screen. And after 6 minutes, I will display yellow card. And after 7 minutes, red card will be displayed over the screen for the prepared speeches. And for the table topic, we have timing of 1 to 2 minutes. After completing 1 minute, and the prepared speeches are with a grace period of 30 seconds. After 7 minutes, 30 seconds, the speaker will be disqualified. And same for table topics. After completing first minute, I will display green card. Half past 1 minute, yellow card. And after finishing 2 minutes, I will display the red card. And for the table topic also, we have a grace period of 30 seconds. After 2 minutes, 30 seconds, the speaker will be disqualified. That's all about timing. Thanks. Over to you, Toastmaster Mike.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ravinder, for taking up the last minute role of the timer and explaining your role so well. With this was my CAT team. Let's have a great meeting today. Keep an eye on the time. Watch out for those ahs and ums in your speeches and make sure to incorporate the word of the day wherever possible. Happy learning and happy mentoring. Back to you, Toastmaster Monica, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, our Journal Valuator, and your team for gracefully explaining your roles. That will, of course, help us to ensure that we are delivering our speeches well, and also learn from it. Thank you so much. So, now, before we begin the main meeting, which is our first session of prepared speech, let me introduce the concept for today. As a mentor, how many of you are really willing to take up the roles of mentor if you have yet not done? Just raise your hand. Super. And how many of already seasoned mentors sometimes feel a little challenge in conducting your mentoring sessions? Raise your left hand. Well, as I was talking about that speech from Sudhamurthy, where she was talking about providing an opportunity for teachers to groom. So are all these mentors would be needing then opportunities for growth. But what makes us think that yes, we need an opportunity to grow? Probably all of us are finding certain challenges in conducting the mentoring sessions. Based upon my experiences and feedback from some of the fellow mentors, these are the 4 points I found as a challenges. Very first one is mismatch in expectations from both mentor and mentee. Sometimes what mentor expect is not matching with what mentees need and vice versa. Mentor wants mentee to quickly understand what feedback, what suggestions have been provided, but mentee might be needing some more time to understand his or her own speed, his or her own pace, and his or her own objective of being a part of the Toastmaster journey itself. Second is about lack of time and commitment, or maybe both. The other priorities of your life, your professional commitment could be the reason that sometimes the mentorship becomes little deprioritized. And there could be some difference in the time availability of both the parties that at times attribute to having that this gap of time and commitment. Third is about feedback. Giving a positive feedback is easy, but giving a critical feedback is really a tricky thing. Sometimes mentors find themselves less equipped to provide a feedback in a constructive way that rather than demotivating the mentee should actually motivate them or inspire them to become better. And fourth important is, of course, I think I made it a couple of times, lack of the mentoring skill itself. How do you adapt yourself about how the other person needs to understand the concept, or how do you change your mentoring style itself depending upon what stage the mentee is? So these are four major challenges I feel and I have observed being reported by fellow mentors. Here, I'm opening the stage for maybe one or two shares. If you find there is some other challenges that you have observed, or maybe that's stopping you to take up the role as a mentor. Yes, Mukesh, really would like to hear your opinion. What challenges do you think are there in this role? Okay. Mukesh, you want to share something? I saw your raise and so I.
Okay, sorry. I was raised for the
Okay.
earlier message, so that's why. Well, I would like to share because one of the incident where I was mentoring one of the it's more like the technical mentoring where I was helping one of the guy who joined our organization. But somewhere I feel like if I know something and that guy is knowing uh, that particular topic better than me, then it's quite difficult for me uh, to mentor such a person where my knowledge is not that level. So that's one of the challenge I face there. So yeah.
Thanks for sharing. I think this is very crucial aspect wherein the person finds themselves to be not matching with the skill set. Like this somehow comes into the category wherein you find yourself less equipped with the tools, how you can mentor such person who probably are proficient in some area, but certainly there would be certain areas where you have the proficiency to guide the other person. A very well stated point. Thanks for sharing, Mukesh. We can have one more share, quick share of a few seconds if anybody wants to volunteer. Just raise your hand. Okay. All right. So of course the platform is open to share. Maybe you can actually share in the chat as we progress this meeting. And would really like to hear from all of you as in a contribution to what probably are the challenges so that we can also account for those as we proceed for on this topic. Mohit, you want to share something?
Thanks, Monica. I think the challenges you mentioned broadly cover the key issues that I have faced as a mentor. Um, the other thing, apart from whatever you already mentioned, is a sense of recognition or a sense of acknowledgement. I am helping somebody. Of course, there is some learning for me, but then we are all human beings and we do want to get some sort of appreciation from our leaders or others, even our colleagues. And that sometimes becomes missing because I'm talking to my mentor my mentee in a very close circuit. But I thought that is one thing which sometimes does become a challenge.
Certainly, very valid point. And what I really understand is like it's a sense of validation and approval and appreciation that's a basic human need, which sometimes is seems to be missing in this whole journey as a mentor. Very well stated. And good news to share is that in future conversation, I'll be sharing more on it, how we can actually have account of it in this mentor 2.0 that we are calling. So is everybody interested to understand what this mentoring 2.0 is? Yeah. But hold on your heart. We'll have continue this discussion. I'm sorry for the background noise if there is much disturbance. So before I continue further on what this mentoring 2.0, let's begin the main theme of the Toastmaster meetings. We'll start now with the prepared speeches. We have three speakers today. First will be Umesh, second would be Deepak, and second would be Ankita, and third would be Deepak. And I would be evaluating Umesh. Let me, yeah. Mohit, you want to share something? There's a raise of hand.
Yes, Monica, I wanted to confirm if we can have Deepak because Deepak requested to be the first speaker, if I remember correctly.
Super.
Is that fine, Deepak? You wanted to be the first one, right? I hope that is okay with everyone.
Yes. Toastmaster Moik, just one request.
Sure.
Can I be the last speaker? Because someone, like our guest has arrived, so I have to like handle.
Yes, of course. Okay. So we have a little change. Deepak will be our first speaker. Then we'll have Ankita, and then thirdly we'll have Umesh. All right. So for Deepak, we have Jaspreet as an evaluator today. Jaspreet, are you available?
Yes, I am.
Sure, great. So Jaspreet is a professional as spearheaded Toastmaster Club. She is currently an IPP and have served as a president and club VPBR. And we are happy to have her in our meeting today. Jaspreet, would you like to come on stage and share about the speech of our Toastmaster Deepak? Hello, Jaspreet.
Am I
Can you hear
audible?
me? Yeah.
Yes.
Can you please? Yeah, would like to invite you on stage, on virtual stage, to please share the details of Toastmaster Deepak's speech.
Thank you. So our Toastmaster Deepak will be giving a speech of From presentation mastery level 1, it's a speech 3. Please timer note it's a 5 to 7 minute speech. And the purpose of this project is for the member to develop and practice a personal strategy for building connections through networking. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience networking. All the best, Deepak.
Thank you, Jaspreet. So Toastmaster Deepak. Deepak is an insurance professional who loves to meet new people. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I am reading the wrong introduction. Give me a second. Yeah. So Deepak hails from Rewari, works in Gurgaon Global Trade Operations for a pharmaceutical company. He joined Toastmasters to foster confident and communication skills. And we have experienced wonderful speeches from Deepak in past. Looking forward to have a wonderful speech again from him. So Deepak, how I found my mentor, Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. How I found my mentor. You all might heard about the strategy of the aggression of marginal gain, a philosophy which involved the small incremental improvement in multiple areas to achieve the subsequent overall progress. After 12 years of struggle and efforts, finally, the day when I got an email about an hiring opportunity for a full-time company role employee in SCM department, supply chain management department. That time, I was work in finance and had been hoping to convert the contingent position into a full-time on-roll employee. Over the past 12 years, I had many opportunity to convert this, but for one reason or another, I couldn't quite make this transaction. This time, the position is in SCM department, a different department. It's understood for me that it would be the challenge for me to stand out here, as SCM team already had the highly qualified candidate who also want to convert them to a company role employee. But I prepare myself mentally and applied on the very last day. To my surprise, I got an email about the interview. Wow, actually good news for me, as I was shortlisted. But the interview scheduled with business means I applied for supply chain and interview scheduled with business. It's a process involved that if you applied for some job, so that departments take the first interview, and then if you pass, then would go for the next round of interview. But in my case, my first interview with business, the lady who was to interview me was associate director of that business. I never interacted her before. I didn't have idea about what she expect. I trying to find out more about her to reaching out some of my colleague who already work with her. The feedback was she's very strict, very straightforward, extremely knowledgeable, and the big thing, since she's from South, she not comfortable in Hindi. Being a Haryanvi, it's totally challenge for me, but somehow I managed this thing. The day of interview came. My interview was scheduled virtually, which is more comfortable for me. But I took this as challenge and requested her for a face-to-face interview. She agreed and the interview began. Initially, she asked some 4 or 5 personal questions to me to relax me, as I was quite nervous that time. And after that, she came up with the real question, the ones who reveal her no nonsense and straightforward approach. But somehow I had some experience, past experience to tough profile. So I didn't have any challenge. And after 8 and successful answer, she moved to the expectation about the role. It was realized for me that I have to learn lot of things. I selected for this job, this role, because I have to dealing $100 million business work with the big pharma customers like Sun Pharma, Gland, Intas, and the very energetic and highly qualified team. This thought make me nervous but also motivated. Anyways, I passed that interview, and then again 4 5 rounds more interview, and finally the day when I got an email informing me that I had been selected, I took the handover and started my work. The initial 3 months is incredibly tough for me. Every day felt like a challenge, and I often doubted on myself. After 3 months, I reached out to that lady, the associate director of business, to the feedback about the areas which I can improve. That day turned out to be most fortunate day of my life, because what happened next changed everything. Sometimes we recognize the people by their personality, but they are totally different. In this case, what I got the feedback that she is very straight, not approachable. But when I spoke to her, it's totally different what I imagined. She is not only pointing out my weakness, but also give the significant, the constructive advice about to help to grow or to resolve such things. These all things make me happy also, and from that day onwards she mentoring me step by step. She given me the constructive advice, the advice like how to connect with customer, how frequently I can, what language should use, how to maintain a strong relationship. All these things she has given me the guidance. The one of the most significant advice to join Toastmaster, this advice by her only. She I actually hesitated that time, but she insisted and I followed through. And today I can say that to joining Toastmaster is the big game changer for me. By this speech, you can see I found my mentor in an interview room. By this experience, which taught me that mentor can be appear in most unexpected places. You have to keep your eyes and ear open and seize the opportunity which comes on your way. Mentor, you never know, the mentor might find anywhere, and how mentor can change your life, which help you in grow. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Monica.
Wonderful speech, Toastmaster Deepak. Timer, I would request you to 1 minute time for everybody to give feedback on chat window to Deepak on his speech.
Yeah, 1 minute is over. We can start.
Thank you so much, Shanna. We are heading to our second speech, which will be by Ankita. And for Ankita, we have evaluator as Mohit Shawni. Mohit is a project manager by profession, but enjoys wearing a hat of writer, trainer, teacher, Toastmaster, mentor, friend, you name it, and he is there. I'm happy to welcome Toastmaster Mohit on virtual podium to share the details of Ankita's speech. You are muted, Mohit.
Hi, Monica. I hope I'm audible now. Toastmaster Ankita will be giving her level 5 project speech today from the path leadership development. The objective of this project is for the member to reflect on her growth during the completion of an entire path. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of her growth during the completion of the path. Timer, please note that the speech will be 10 to 12 minutes. So you can show green card at 10, yellow at 11, and red card at 12 minutes. All the best, Ankita, for your speech. And I'll hand over the stage to Monica for now.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So I'm now happy to invite Ankita. Ankita has got 7 years of experience in IT. Currently, she's working in TCS as a .NET developer, and she loves traveling to different places, try different cuisines, dancing, and art and work. And now she's in part of the Toastmaster community for last 2 years. So Ankita, we are happy to invite you on stage. And Ankita, a journey of transformation, Ankita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monica. I just wanted to confirm, am I audible and visible? Thank you. Do you think life is always fair? I don't think it is. Do you all agree? Just answer in yes or no. Fellow Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster, all my dear friends, a warm good morning. Leadership itself is a challenge, I believe, because doing things by yourself, it is very easy task, but getting things done from others is a tough job. And often we get stuck, and I choose my pathway likewise. Now let me take you back to the journey. Why did I choose my leader as pathway as leadership, and what made me join Toastmaster? Let's begin from my childhood. Being short-sighted, often I faced difficulties in facing the audience because I could not reach the podium itself. So that made me a fear to interact with the audience. I always thought that people will laugh at me. But eventually, as I grew, I understood let's focus on yourself. I involved more into activities, but I had less exposure to audience. I was into dancing, art. But when I went into college, unfortunately, college gave me opportunity where I faced the audience. But over the period of time, due to my professional career, that is IT, I was stuck into virtual background more. And COVID made me less interaction with the audience. As time passed, due to some personal incident or tragic incident, you can say, I had lost confidence. I stopped talking to people. So eventually, the childhood Ankita was no longer Ankita. To overcome this challenge and get back into yourself, I decided I should relocate to a different city itself so that I can meet new people and overcome my fear. But coming to Gujarat made the situation more worse. When I was in Pune, I had different groups. I had different tea group, breakfast group, lunch group, dance group, and here the situation was totally different. The place was different, the people were different. Eventually, I faced challenges in connecting with people. So I thought, why not volunteer in different activities? While volunteering, I came across Toastmasters. So I thought this is a good place where it is a complete package. I can learn everything, transfer everything, and my life will be transformed. Those thoughts came into my mind. So I can build my confidence, I can build my leadership skills, I can connect with people, network with people, I can improve my vocabulary. Because English is a vast, it is a full dictionary. Every time you get to learn something, new words. So my journey started. When I went into Toastmasters, Eventually, I was like, will I be able to face the audience? Why should I tell my personal life to everyone? But as I selected my pathway, I understood why it is important, why e-speech is important, and how it will reflect on my personal and professional life. I took time. I started with small roles first, as a timer, a counter, grammarian, then TTM, then TMOD. And then I went to my speech. So my first speech was icebreaker. Already I had low confidence. I was lonely that time. So I thought, let us overcome. Maybe it will go wrong. Maybe people will laugh at me. Maybe I will forget everything. But let's face the audience. And eventually, after first speech, I was relaxed. I overcome my fear. I was able to connect with people. I started talking to people and I gained my confidence again. So that gave me a booster. And it was like speech contest was conducted that time. It is 2023, I think. 23, 24. Speech contest was there, and I was to be eligible. I had to complete level 2. So I started writing the speeches back to back. One day I sat and I wrote all 3 speeches, and within 2 weeks I completed all the till level 2. Everything was completed. But unfortunately, just before the contest, due to overexertion or overexcitement, you can say, I was down with high fever and cold. So I could not participate in the contest. But the thing gave me confidence. Yes, I can write speeches. I can express my feelings. I can learn new things, explore new things. So this my journey started of writing, exploring yourself. When I joined Toastmaster, I was part of TCS Beat Gandhinagar Club. So the seeing this member gave me confidence to take ESCOM roles as well. So I started as a VPPR where I learned Canva along with my pathway, along with my speeches. I was able to correlate it. I worked as a SA, which gave me more exposure because as a SA, it is the first person who will start the meeting. So my confidence eventually went one level high every time. I was competing with myself only. I always wanted to be a best version of myself. So the way I'm speaking with you today, all people are unknown except Toastmaster Mega. So I'm able to speak. As I grew, as I understood what each role is, I was spending some time on my pathways, whatever objectives were there, evaluation was there, whatever my mentor used to tell me, I used to follow. But due to my professional hectic life, often what I learned like I am lacking in time management. I'm not managing my time properly. Every time, it should not be impromptu speech. The speeches should be evaluated by your mentors. You need to rehearse the speech. You need to read it twice or thrice. You need to structure it properly. At times, it happened when the speech is there, just in the morning, I'll write the speech. I'll just read it one or twice. I used to give the speech. The speech was successful. Even I had not rehearsed it. So that I gained confidence eventually by level 1, level 2 until I reached level 3. But I thought the confidence should not go into overconfidence. And same thing happened. One speech, I forgot everything. Then I had to sum up the stories, I had to recall, and there were some pauses. So this should not happen. This I understood in my journey. When time passed, after level 2, it came level 3, where the leadership was in action. At the same time, in 2023, I was the president of the club, where what is real leadership, I faced the challenge and I understood why my pathway and my current role are playing both together. During college days and in my professional career, I was a leader. I often managed meetings. I was involved in meetings, customer meetings. I managed small teams, large teams. I gave presentation, but this this experience in TCS Beat as a president was totally different. The club itself was in a struggling and president. Now I took a challenge for me. I thought it is a dead end now. The club, I cannot manage it alone. I didn't get required support. At the same time, my pathway, whatever levels were there, were inclined. Like I had to conduct online meetings, open house, seminars, educational session, or were inclined. Both were inclined. I did everything. In past 6 months, there was not a time where the meeting were not conducted. Due to my professional life, my manager was not happy with me going to office and work. He gave me work from home, and he didn't wanted me to get involved in extracurricular activities. So there was some management issue. So keeping that aside, since I had taken the responsibility, I knew, because if I have to complete the pathway, I need to overcome this situation as well. So I took it as a challenge, calmly, step by step. I got support from few members. I took support from outside of the club, and eventually the meetings were conducted. Whatever was inclined in my pathway, I tried to achieve all those goals. I made sure that I'm giving quality meetings as well as I'm learning everything. Eventually, time passed, and what I understood throughout the journey is believe in yourself, stay calm, and practice, keep practicing, and take help from each other, as well as focus on your mental well being. When you are facing challenges, you have to make sure that you're doing proper time management. Otherwise, nothing is impossible. You have to believe in yourself, stay calm, stay strong, and the journey will continue. So I would like to say, yes, it has transformed me personally. Personally, I have gained my confidence, which I lost few years ago. Professionally, I learned as a leadership. I like management. I like to get things done from others. So that helped me a lot. And in Toastmaster journey, it's always a learning phase. So I'm not done yet. The journey is not yet over. Maybe after a few months I'll rejoin. I'll try to take another pathway, and I will try to overcome same things if I face challenges. But whatever I've learned in my this pathway, I'll try, or any mistakes if I've done in this pathway, I will try that I won't make it another path. And whatever learnings I've taken, I'll try to improve it more, take it to the next level in another path. So that is from my end. I wish you that you also choose the pathway accordingly, as per your personality, as per your aspiration, and keep going, because we are not done yet. Thank you. Over to you.
Wonderful speech, Ankita. Really happy to hear from you. Timer, please provide us 1 minute of silence time. Provide feedback to Ankita over the chat.
Yeah, 1 minute is over.
Thank you so much. Umesh, are you back?
Yep, Monica, I am back, and I just want to check one thing if I am clearly audible or not.
Yes, of course, you are clearly audible and visible. So we have last but not the least speech from Umesh. I am honored to be his evaluator for today. And as an evaluator, I'll quickly read about the description of the agenda of his speech. So Umesh would be delivering level 1 project 2 speech, the pathway innovative planning. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech to any topic. So are you ready, Umesh? Super. It's about Umesh. Umesh is an IT professional, has resumed his Toastmaster journey with the Toastmaster group of storytellers. He has previously served as District 41 as logistic manager. Currently, he is serving as a director of area G2, right? So here we have Umesh. Umesh, embarrassment, Umesh.
Embarrassment. One of the moments that nobody wants to face in their life. But we all face some type of embarrassment. Whether it's funny, shameful, big, or small. But let me ask you one question. How do you respond to the embarrassment when it knocks at your door? Does it sinks you, making you feel insignificant? Does it consume you and you feel powerless? Or do you dare to rise above it? My dear friends, I used to feel defeated by embarrassment until I discovered the hidden strength it holds. So today, I'm going to share one of the embarrassing moments of my life that happened back in 2012 when I was in my sixth grade. During that time, children they used to play outside rather than playing games at home. And people used to meet and greet instead of staying at home and watching Netflix. But also, it was a time when the social media was rising at a tremendous speed, especially a very famous company that was gaining a lot of users. Everyone was signing on that particular platform, be it my friends, colleagues, teachers, my parents, every single one. So the hype was created, and now I become the culprit of it. I also signed up on that particular platform. But today, if I talk about this particular platform, you all will curse this particular company. And guess is it is Facebook, now known as Meta. As soon as I joined this particular platform, I was very curious because I sent around 400 to 500 requests to everyone I see on the Facebook. Some, some were my classmates, some were my teachers, some were my cousins, and some were some random people that I barely know. And after 2 3 days of creating my account, I had almost 300 to 400 people in my friend list. I was extremely happy. I was on cloud nine because making friends felt so easy. And my dear friends, with all the curiosity, I started exploring this platform more and more. I started exploring its features one by one, and interestingly, I I found one feature, a very famous feature known as relationship status. As soon as I saw this feature, I thought that I knew everything about this status. I knew about everything this feature. So I jumped on it. During that time, I was such an innocent child that I used to think that if Toastmaster Davinder is my teacher and I am his student, I used to think that I am in relationship with Toastmaster Davinder as his student. And with all this innocent thinking, I jumped forward. I tagged everyone in my friend list with all the relationship that I had with them. I tagged my friend Vivek that I am his relationship partner as his friend. I tagged Bharti as I am in a relationship with her as her cousin. I am in a relationship with Toastmaster Mohit as his student. Is with all this thinking, I posted all the relationship status. And within next 60 minutes, I had tagged more than 50 people. After doing this, I was again extremely happy. I thought I'm the most updated person on the social media. But my dear friends, my happiness, it did not last long. Because next day, when I went to my school, everyone was gazing at me. All the eyes were on me. My friends, teachers, my friends' parents, every single one was gazing at me. And I felt like a criminal standing in a trial waiting for the punishment. My dear friends, that day, that day, everything hit me hard. It hit me hard like a wave. But from that day to today, my dear friends, I felt like a stem of thorn was stuck in my heart, pinching, breaking every single moment my heart beat. But with time, with patience, and with self awareness, I nurtured this stem. And today, this stem has blossomed into a beautiful flower, a flower of resilience, lessons, and growth. Today, for me, embarrassment is not just a memory, but it's a lifelong lesson that I have learned. I learned one thing: understand before you act. Many a times we don't know anything and we act, and then we regret later. Second, embrace your embarrassment. My dear friends, we always have some embarrassing moments that become our lifelong memory, but also it becomes a lifelong lesson. The third one, be mindful of what you are sharing, especially on social media, because tagging 20 people on a single day is not your brightest moment, right? With all these lessons, I still move forward and I embrace my investment journey. Today, my dear friends, I use this investment as my advantage. Now, wherever I go and whenever I deliver this particular speech, I always tell my audience that if you're not going to give me a feedback on this particular speech, be ready because I'm going to tag you on Facebook with the relationship that I have with you. So, my dear friends, give me a feedback. And now I will just say one thing. In life, you have good memories, bad memories. You have good moments, bad moments. But we also have embarrassing moments. Cherish your embarrassing moments. When you have these embarrassing moments, you have three options: either to die with the investment, fight with the investment, or to shine with the investment. I choose to shine. What about you, Toastmaster of the day?
Awesome speech, Umesh. Timer. We need 1 minute of silence to give our feedback and suggestions to Umesh on the chat window.
Yeah, 1 minute is over.
Thank you so much, Ranil. I hope you all enjoyed all these speeches. I am actually lost of word how to express my overall experience of these awesome speeches that we have witnessed today. Awesome, all the speakers. All right. So to continue with the theme of today, as we spoke about mentoring, as we all know, it's all about nurturing and grooming, not only for the mentor, but also for the mentee. Toastmaster is a wonderful platform. Of course, so much avenues are available for an individual to improve their communication skills. So are the opportunities to grow as a mentor. But as time is evolving, as technology is also evolving, as there is upgrade happening everywhere, what we observe, there is a scope of upgrade in this mentoring mechanism or process or system that Toastmaster is already providing. Of course, there is a scope of improvement here. To that, we are calling it as in a mentoring 2.0. What mentoring 2.0 about is mentoring the mentor. How many of you are excited to know more about mentoring the mentor? Just raise your hand. And how many of you feel like, of course, there are certain times that, of course, we spoke about the challenges, but if some support could be provided at those reason, you can actually become a even better mentor. With me? Purpose, we are bringing this new system in place because as they say, person can fail, but system can never fail. So what we are introducing now as in a concept is mentoring 2.0, where we are going forward to introduce a system to our club through which we can provide a platform for grooming the mentor itself. Because mentoring is all about becoming a better leader. And how many of you really feel like if you know that your mentor is getting groomed himself, herself, that will add a added value to your own mentorship journey or mentee journey, so to say. With me, everyone? So these are the few things that we are highlighting about this mentoring 2.0 or mentor the mentor program. Of course, first agenda is to mentor the mentor, providing them those skill set, those avenues, those tools, so that they can understand how to conduct the session even better. Part of it is about reflecting what's going on well and where do you feel there is a scope of improvement. If you have been provided with the expert or maybe somebody else whom you can actually share your experience and take a feedback how you can actually go on your journey as in a mentor. So that would be about guiding you to conduct your mentoring session better, providing the efficient feedback, and also taking back your own learning as in a mentor. Second is about accountability. As we have few mentor and mentee group already been created, we have paired them, but there seems to be some scope of not being able to track how it is progressing. Where is the accountability? Are those meetings happening as per they're supposed to? Is there any schedule to it? Are both the parties getting enough value out of it? Is mentee able to find a value to enhance his skill and so is mentor? If both of them are able to gain it, of course, that will increase the accountability. Have to be well tracked. For that purpose, we are going to introduce a concept of tracking the progress through which the agenda, the goal of this mentoring pair itself, and what is the timelines that both the parties are trying to achieve their goal to. Because as they say, if you don't have a timeline for your goal, you really will not be able to achieve, because if you don't know where the destination is and by when you have to reach, the journey would not be that much learnable. For that purpose, the tracking of the mentoring program itself is what we're going to introduce in Mentoring 2.0. So in nutshell, three aspects. One is about upgrading or upskilling the mentors. Second, bringing more accountability from both mentor and mentee. And third is about tracking the progress. Now, here I really want to pause a little and take a suggestion for everyone that if you know that there is a system where you have recorded that this is the agenda of this mentoring pair or mentoring cycle itself, and this is the timelines, and this is the particular goal that we together are trying to achieve, how beneficial you feel that would be, or if there is any counterpart that you feel or you have opinion about, I'm opening the platform for another 1 minute to share your thought on that. So whosoever really want to share their opinion, please raise your hand.
Hi, Monica. I would like to share
Yeah,
my view
yeah, Mohit,
here.
please. Thank you.
So, like they say, what you measure is what you end up achieving, and that's where I think the measuring, putting down of our goals is step one in the process of being able to achieve it. So, you mentioned that about the chances of success if we have the goals in a time frame and well documented, and I think that is that's a really good aspect for being able to achieve our goals, our dreams, our vision. Because it starts from the point of putting down our goals. And my goal could be as simple as being able to complete level two by end of April, and that's fine. For you, it could be being able to become a distinguished Toastmaster. We all have different dreams, different goals, depending upon where we are in our journey. But it all starts down by putting it all together and then discussing with your mentor to who will help you in achieving those goals. So sounds like a really great system. Sounds like something that we have been missing, and it will come in uh, as something which will bridge the gap that we currently have in our mentoring program at the moment. But yeah, that's my view. Would like to also hear from others if they have any other views. Uh,
Thank you, Mohit, for sharing. Yes, of course, that will give us a platform wherein we can actually record our own progress as in a mentor, because as once we are able to observe where we are heading to, how far are we from the point what that will help us to understand. And second major aspect that we also are trying to extract out of this tracking processes, as you raised in the first phase itself, about appreciation and acknowledging the effort that mentor is putting on, because for mentor, of course, it's a role of responsibility to groom the mentee. So this will also give us an opportunity to appreciate those mentor and mentees who are seriously taking this journey forward for the mutual growth, so to say. Because eventually it's all about growing and reaching a point or destination. But if we really don't know where do we have to reach, we will not be able to measure that. So, and then accountability and appreciation is what we foresee as in a major impact. Of course, there will be some aspect, there will be some formalities, in the sense, if you have to go on tracking as any human, we really don't want to, record that in the system. There is little hesitation, that what I see as a little challenge that can come up in the process. But having said that, the added advantages that we're going to get from this process is about that platform to appreciate all those who are taking these tools or these opportunity of growth seriously towards becoming a great leader. Because when you're mentoring anybody, you're also getting groomed as a leader, because they say the great leaders are those who actually are able to create the leaders. And that's what we really want to create through this Mentoring 2.0 platform. Of course, if you are not open to share, or if there is, maybe this is a seed of thought for so many of you, maybe the ideas would pop up as we proceed our days. We would really don't want to miss any of your feedback, because that's really crucial for all of us to make this program a success, because this is not for a individual but as in a club. And in the next session, I will be sharing more in detail why we are projecting or recommending the system at all, and what benefits do we foresee as in a club if we successfully able to implement this system here. And thereafter, we can also take up further questions if there is any. But to take your suggestions and feedback, we'll be also sharing the form wherein we'll be requesting you to share your opinion, your suggestions, how we can actually make this program a success. Shashikant has something to share. Shashikant, please
Yeah,
share.
just want to
Yeah.
add to what the distinguished Toastmaster said. Like
Mhm.
setting up the goal and achieving those in a time frame is important. But in order to kind of complete any journey, you need to kind of identify the key progress indicators, so that you just can't wait for the last day that you will evaluate whether you achieved or not. Like the milestone, or like in a journey, there are milestone which will tell like you have reached this many kilometers, or you are still away from that. But in any learning, you have to identify what are the KPIs, like in the case of like Toastmasters, how many speeches I have given. If I have given, like say, if I have set up like I'll reach to the highest level, have I like there could be a milestone or a key progress, like did I participate in the area level competitions? Those kind of, that is also very important in order to kind of complete a journey, that like if you are in the right direction, then you will see those milestones in your journey.
Very interesting and very valuable point that you have shared, Sashikant. Thank you so much for that. We have noted it down, and definitely, I think in the process we should have all these milestones clearly indicated. I truly agree with what you just shared. These indicators will definitely help both the mentor-mentee and the club to ensure that everybody who's there part of the journey, are actually getting benefited and added value. A very, very valid point. Thank you so much for adding in. So with this, we are heading to the second session, which is about table topics. So Megha would be doing this for us. She'll be running the table topic contest for everybody. So Megha, virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica, for giving me this opportunity to run the table topic session. So, I have one question for everybody. How many of you have experienced the fire drill in your office or any corporate place you are in, or in your college, or any kind of place? Many of us. So, what's the main purpose of it? To prepare us for the real life emergencies? Similarly, the table topic session prepares us to think on our feet and express ourselves confidently, no matter what the situation we are in. So, today in this table topic session, I will be giving you one topic or a prop. Based on that, a allocated speaker need to speak for about 1 to 2 minutes and express a story or any kind of thoughts uh, in their own manner. So, who would like to dive first or try first topic? Toastmaster Mahek. Okay, Shweta. Okay, I got a raise hand from Shweta. So, Shweta, your topic is a golden ticket. A golden ticket, Shweta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mega, for such a beautiful topic. Well, any ticket can be made golden ticket with your hard work and smart work together. When I have to think about the golden ticket in my life, it was the Science Foundation Ireland scholarship for my master thesis to Trinity College Dublin. Yes, it was a golden ticket because that was my first time leaving my home as a young student who has just completed her college and going to experience some adventures of life. The dreamer in me who wanted to be a great scientist to do some wonders for the world and to make it a better place had her first golden ticket to that. And not only that, I just experienced some great personalities over there. I saw life is so humbling that the professor who is known for his work all over the world is coming to the college by cycle, not by any car or anything, because he believes that that's how we can actually add to the removal of global warming. Talking to us as if we are him. Oh my God, dear, you have done that. Wow, what a amazing work you have done. Though I did nothing, just a small experiment success. But still, he made me feel that I did some wonders already. That instill confidence because of him still runs in me. That I can do anything that I put my mind into. So that golden ticket changed and instilled more confidence than I already had. Because life is short. You are neither bigger nor shorter than anyone. You are you, and you are unique in yourself. Don't wait for any golden ticket. You can make any ticket golden by your smart and hard work. And definitely this, use it wisely and grow not only mentally, but spiritually as well, because that's who we are. Enrich your soul with any ticket, making it golden. What do you have to say, Table Topic Master?
Thank you so much. It was wonderful. The message, any ticket can be a golden ticket, and the how your mentor or a professor turned your ticket into a golden ticket was so mesmerizing. Who else would like to try for the next topic? Okay, Davinder. So the topic for you is a logged diary. Davinder, a logged diary.
If there is a locked diary, then there is an opportunity to open it. Because lock and open both exist simultaneously and are complementary to each other, not contradictory to each other. I give you an example of 7th March 2025. I was supposed to go to Lucknow to deliver a lecture there, and my flight was scheduled at 7:15 a.m. This was an open diary for me to make a mark for me. What I did, I missed the flight. I got late there. My session was scheduled at 3 p.m., but I had enough time still to go there by cab. I booked a cab at 7 a.m., and I was sure shot that I will reach there by 1 p.m. But what really happened? The cab I booked, it was going at the speed of 80 kilometer per hour. That was the maximum limit it could run. Of course, in my childhood, I had heard a story of rabbit and tortoise, and I was just feeling like a tortoise there and thinking that I would win. But I didn't see any car that was sleeping in the way. I was just getting late, late, and late. But only thing that was available was me whether this log diary can be converted into an open diary or not. That day, I did not get out of the car. I did not drink water. I did not have any biscuit. I did not even go to the loo. And continuously sitting at one seat in the car for 7 hours, 56 minutes at a stretch, I reached my place at 2:56 p.m. That day, I opened one thing for me that if I am sure to do something, then there is no diary that is logged. Any log diary is a way, is a lesson, and every log diary has a key which can be opened. And I opened that diary that day, and I did not only mesmerize my audience, but I got another session from Lucknow CA department as well for next month. Friends, in your life as well, what you think a failure is, any failure, any log diary is a way to go to the success. Just you have to find the key for that. If you find key, any log diary is a way to an open diary. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Devinder, for this lovely story. Any diary can be logged to diary. A patient can offer patience, and the hard work and the strong determination, I think, is the key to uh, unlock the locked diary. Now, who else would like to try? Umesh, okay. Uh, your topic is a book, a glowing crystal. Umesh, a glowing crystal.
When I was small, I was reticent person. I never used to talk to anyone. And everyone used to say, Umesh, talk to some people, talk to some students, make some friends. But I was not able to do. But then, my dear friends, I, I joined Toastmaster. And as soon as I joined Toastmaster, for the next 2-3 meetings, I was still a reticent person. But one day, one of the division director came and I asked them, how can I improve myself? How can I glow in this world of leadership? And then that person said to me, Umesh, do one thing. Go and say anything to a random person. Be it a compliment, be it anything. That day, my friend, I I took her advice and I started doing things. And things they start working pretty well. That day was the one day I remember this particular division director. And whenever I meet that person, the person still says to me, Umesh, you have done a phenomenal job. But my dear friends, during this transition, I have faced a lot of issues. I have felt a lot of embarrassment when I went to someone and I was not able to talk. But as soon as I nurtured these small mistakes, I start glowing again. I was glowing in the form of a good leader, a good speaker, a good friend. So for me, the crystal, the crystal will be the crystal will be to find a faith in myself so that I can glow every single day and spark every single one with my vibes. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Umesh, for this sharing a tip. Even me being the introvert, I would try that tip and grow myself as a good leader. Next, who would like to try? Ankita, you would like to try? Okay, Toastmaster Deepak.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, after Deepak, we can have you. A faded photograph. Toastmaster Deepak. A faded photo. Toastmaster Deepak. A faded photograph.
Sorry, faded photograph. By my recent experience with the Toastmaster or the meetings of Toastmaster, so what I felt every time that the topics which the TTM gives to the another Toastmaster is little easy. This I can explain better. But whenever the topics comes to me, so it's always like, oh, it's very difficult for me. How to explain this? So every time I don't know what is this. So it's like Toastmaster Sweta, Toastmaster Devinder. They told about the topic. What it's like that they prepared for that topic and they deliver such a beautiful way. But whenever I got in some topics, so it's like how I can move this further. I can add more lines in these topics, and it's very tough for me to meet 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds. It's same like the fat photograph. So it's always for me to be seen that fade photograph, because I'm always seeing the others in a clear the visual photograph. But whenever I am find myself, it's always been the fade photograph. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mega.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Even I find myself as a paid photograph many of the times, and practice is the key to have a crystal clear photograph. Okay, Toastmaster Ankita, you would like to try?
Yes.
A tone map, Toastmaster Ankita. Toastmaster Ankita, a tone map.
Tone means broken.
Broken.
Tone map. Yeah, such a unique topic. At times, our life is also like a tone map. We don't know where it is starting and where it will end. Suppose I have taken a goal and I start with the goal, and when I go through the direction, there will be hurdles and challenges. So we need to pass through the potholes, we need to overcome the challenges and then reach the final destination. Same is like our India map. Whole world you can travel, but to travel you need finance. To need finance, you need to work hard. So a broken map you cannot connect all together. So it's like if you relate to Toastmaster, if all connect together, we are a map. Then we can learn, explore, uh, like understand more. And a tone map is when all come together, it will be like it will help to grow better instead of a tone map. I don't know much about the topic, means how to relate it, but this is my thoughts.
Okay, great insight that coming together or having a community can help us grow better. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankita. Timer, I would like to see whether we have time to have more sessions for the table topic round.
I think we can take one or two, right,
Okay.
Mohit? Or Monica, how much you are left with your topic?
I would need 3 minutes at least.
Mohit, you, what your advice?
I would suggest that we take one more topic, and because we also have evaluations to go, maybe a guest can be requested to speak up. Thanks.
Any guest who would like to come up? Jaspreet or Mukesh? Okay,
Yeah, I
Shashika.
can
Okay,
try.
okay, Mukesh. So the topic is a talking parrot. Mukesh, a talking parrot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mega, for this nice topic. So whenever I interact with someone, like, so after a couple of talk, just I stop talking with them. It's like being an introvert, it's quite hard for me to continue on that particular topic or interacting with the people. That's give me uh that's give me bad impression whenever I think about it. Why should not I continue talking? It's not just hampering my personal uh, skills, it's also hampering my professional skills. And I want to be this talking. Uh, I want to be more fluent on these things, so I will be continue with on expressing my skills with someone else, with strangers and with other people, and hope this I can make this topic true for myself. Thank you. Over to you, Megha.
Mega, you're speaking on mute.
Sorry. Thank you so much, Mukesh, for your insights. And even me being an introvert, I find mesmerizing how people keep on speaking on some topics. Uh, but I many a times I try with Alexa, so it helps me how I can share my insights or comment on the things. Even ChatGPT uh, can be of some help. So it was nice to have all you for. I thank you all of the participants for for this table topic topic session, and I would like to hand over my the virtual stage to Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Megha. It was wonderful session. All the topics were very intriguing. So wonderful session. Thank you for running it so well. All right. So back to our theme, Mentoring 2.0. As we are introducing, and as a club, we are known for adding a value because one of our value system is about growth, support, and development. And on this journey, this Mentoring 2.0 would be bringing a lot of value as in a club. First, it'll help us to groom our leaders to become a better leader. In a way, creating a higher quality leadership. A well equipped leader is empowered enough to guide their mentors and their mentees well in their journey. So that's one major aspect wherein all those who are really not able to take their step forward in this journey to become a leader, they will be empowered to take a step ahead and explore their new comfort zones or maybe break their current comfort zones. Secondly, what we see as in a stronger club identity, because this mentoring, of course, is being provided as in a one avenue to bring up leadership qualities. But what about grooming a leader to become a better version? That would be the message we will be sending across among the fellow clubs, that we have this new program. If we are able to, which I am sure we will be able to execute well, this will add a special mark to our journey as in a club. Third, it will create a cycle of growth where we are empowering each and every individual at different levels. We are providing all the tools, techniques, and accountability, plus the tracking system for them to learn and manage their progress, which will help them to create the ripple effect in the team itself, in the club itself, and as well as setting an example for other clubs. And majorly, what aspect we see is a strong member retention. As a mentor or as a leader, if you're getting a scope for being appreciated, if you're getting a scope to track your own progress in this journey, that will be a fabulous avenue for everyone to mark on the progressive journey and bring on the value which is there for the growth, the development, support, and accountability. At this point, if there is any questions, I'm open to take that up. Questions on this program, questions on how we can actually improve. If there is anything, we can have 1 minute of time. Timer, please let me know when that's over, wherein we can take up if there is any question for what we have shared so far about Mentoring 2.0 program. Maybe at this point, I can ask how many of you are really excited for this new program of Mentoring 2.0? If you can raise your hand. Super. So can I take it as there is no question so far, anybody? If so is the case, of course, we will be rolling on the forms wherein we can actually take your feedbacks and suggestions, as this could be a seed of thought for many of us. Ideas will pop up as time will progress. Really would be willing to take your suggestions and going forward, make this as a beautiful journey ahead on everyone's progress. With that, I'm opening the last phase of the session. Today's session is about the evaluation. Be happy to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mehak. Stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monica. With this, we will start with the general evaluation session. Let's quickly move on to the evaluation part for the speeches. I would first like to call upon our very first evaluator, Toastmaster Jaspreet, who evaluated the speech for Toastmaster Deepak.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. So to begin with, Toastmaster Deepak, our speaker number one, his speech was based on the project objective of building a personal strategy for networking. Toastmaster Deepak shared a personal story about his journey towards securing a full time role in supply chain management. He explained how his interview not only led to the job, but also introduced him to a mentor who had a significant influence on him. His mentor provided valuable feedback, highlighting both improvement and strength. One of the great things I loved about his story that it was authentic and drawn directly from personal experience. Additionally, he was very confident. He was making eye contact and used visible gestures while standing, all of which contributed to making the speech more engaging and effective. The simple and clear use of language made it even more easy for his story to connect with the audience, and that was driving the entire speech. Overall, the story was really well built and was very engaging. So, few recommendations from my side. I will give two recommendations that are easy to implement. The first thing I noticed was vocal variety. So, throughout the speech, the vocal tone remained flat. In moments where excitement was needed, such as when you got selected for the job and when you got selected for that job, you didn't show that your enthusiasm for that. You didn't say like, "Oh, I got selected." You just said, "I got selected, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, this happened." So instead, you should have just shown a little excitement. And there were moments when you should have shown nervousness, or you were really nervous, or there should be some lows and highs in the speech, and adjusting your pitch and pace where necessary to create more impact, and pauses, of course. So those vocal variety that you can implement for sure. Now the second recommendation that I can give, that is adding visual elements in your speech. For example, your entire speech was done in a very narrative way. It was in narration, but you could have also added some descriptive words to make it more, for example, to make it more engaging and adding sensory details. For example, like describe your nervousness before the interview, how you were feeling, your heart was pounding, something like that. And how the interviewer were looking. Add sensory details like the atmosphere in the room. It was a well-lit room or it was a dark room. Your mentor's expressions, you can mention what that person was wearing or what was going on in that. So by painting a picture with words helps create strong mental imagery, making the speech more immersive and memorable. So we can all make it's easy for us to remember it, and it really add more engagement to the story. Overall, Toastmaster Deepak delivered an engaging speech with a strong personal touch. With improved vocal variety and more descriptive storytelling, he can take this speech to the next level. Well done, Deepak. Um, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jaspreet, for giving such a wonderful evaluation for Toastmaster Deepak's speech. I think you covered all the relevant points for him. Next, let's move on to our second evaluator, that is Toastmaster Mohit, evaluating the speech for Toastmaster Ankita.
Thank you, Mehak. Today we have witnessed a speaker who has shared the entire roller coaster of her entire life in front of us. The way she described the challenges, the transformation, and the journey ahead says a lot about whatever the speaker has experienced in her Toastmasters journey in the completion of her path. So, kudos, Toastmaster Ankita. the way you have shown us, and the way you have gained in your own personal journey from the elements that Toastmasters brings. The few things that really stood out for me for the speaker, one was the techniques that the speaker used. The start of the speech was with a question, an amazing hook to get the audience's attention. The moment she said, "Is life fair?" we were all thinking and we were all with the speaker. Also, the way the speech was ended, there was a clear takeaway for all of us that the journey of leadership doesn't end with a path. There is a huge road to cover, and it's a continuous process. Everything that happened in the middle of the speech was full of ups and downs and speed bumps and ways to overcome those challenges through the journey of Toastmasters. Various elements, if not all elements, of Toastmasters were covered, starting from the levels in the path, from the different roles that we can take up, the club officer roles, the contests, and even the special sessions that were mentioned by the speaker told everybody about whatever Toastmasters brings to the table to help us in our leadership journey. Having said that, there, to make such a beautiful speech even better, there is definitely a few things that we can do. And one thing that I would suggest the speaker is to consider the grammatical side of the speech. And this is not just for the speaker, but for all of us, where we do end up making some grammatical mistakes which provide a road block or a speed breaker for our speech. For example, there were some words like more verse when it could be just verse, stuck when it could be stuck, didn't wanted. So these are some examples of the grammatical mistakes that we all end up making. And to overcome that, a technique that I would suggest is watch 30 minutes of a good English program like Friends, and then record your voice by reading a good English book for 3 minutes. This is a technique, if we follow for 7 days, it will already improve our grammatical skills a huge way. The second recommendation I have is to use more of humor. You are already introducing some of the humor when you said virtual background mode, but there's a lot more that you can do to further accentuate your speech. Overall, a great message, great delivery. With those few recommendations, this already fantastic speech can go to another level. All the best wishes for your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing such a brilliant evaluation for Toastmaster Ankita's speech. I'm sure she's taking back some moments so that she can improve in her next speech. Now, let's have on stage Toastmaster Monica, the evaluator for Toastmaster Umesh's speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehak. They say if you have never experienced embarrassment, never been scared, or never got hurt, that means you have never tried enough. And that was a beautiful message I really get from speech of our dear speaker, Toastmaster Umesh. The speech was very well crafted. Since beginning, there were questions, there were phrases which kept us glued. There was a moment I felt being carried away with the flow that I had to remind back that yes, I have to evaluate the speech also. I really loved the way you took us through the journey. Even you were trying to be interactive, asking question in between the flow of the speech, which kept the audience glued and engaged in the process. The moments of those embarrassment was really very imperative and significantly visible as we were feeling those tension being getting built up when those situations were experienced by the speaker. I really like the way speaker used the prop in both the direction to convey the message. So overall, a great beginning. The body of the message was really crafted well, adding a lot of humor in it, which kept the audience and myself especially glued with the flow. And the best part was the way the message was delivered towards the end by those three key messages. One of them, which I'm taking away with me, is the embrace your embarrassment. With the speaker's permission, probably I'll use that in my upcoming speeches. And of course, one moment when you mentioned about die, fight, or shine through these embarrassment, that's the another one I really would like to take away from this speech. Overall, a great experience. Yet, as there is always a scope of improvement, there are two recommendations from my side. As Umesh is a great speaker, what I observed is a lack of voice modulation. Had there been a more voice modulation, those excitement could have been heard through the different tonalities that would have made the speech even more wonderful. And second is about the maybe body movement was not clearly visible, maybe because of the positioning of the camera, that I really wanted to feel more expression in your hand gestures. There were a lot of hand gesture, but eventually that message was not, somehow I felt was not connected. Otherwise, it was a wonderful speech. Really loved a lot of the way you were delivering it and kept everybody glued. The message was very clearly indicated by those three key points that I really loved the way you concluded your speech. So overall, a great experience, and I'm looking forward to your speech today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monica. Such a wonderful evaluation for Toastmaster Ramesh. Now, without further ado, let's move on to the evaluations by our tag team. First, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Ravinder to provide his evaluation as the timer as well as the hour counter for the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster, and thanks every speaker and the table topic speakers. You did a wonderful job, and I also tried to do a wonderful job by noting that timing and the some filler words which will help you to improve your speeches. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible. Okay, from prepared speeches, there is no disqualification. Everyone qualified. Deepak took 6 minutes 22 seconds. Ankita 11 minutes 55 seconds, and Umesh 7 minutes 25 seconds. And same from the table topic as well. Everyone completed their topics within the time frame. And from the evaluators, we found Jaspreet took more time than the defined time. So this is the only one disqualified from the evaluators. Mohit was just 1 second grace is there. It took 3 minutes 29 seconds, and Monica 3 minutes 15 seconds. They were much aware about the red card. Okay, great. And for the AHA counter, this is my screen. So Mohit use one curse word Mac there is zero, none of curse word or sound is there. From Mega there are five, two and one and two so. And from Monica there is two, one and one like. From Deepak you need to improve a lot. There are a lot of filler words, crutch words and the sounds there. From Suraj, I think Suraj didn't take any participate in any speech. Ankita, there are 9, 4 are, 2, and so and 1. So same for Jaspreet, total is 3, and a. For Umesh, there is only 1. For Shashikant, it's 5. For Shweta and Davinder, it's 0, 0. And for Mukesh, it's 5. And is the most repeated correct sound which used by most of the people, and the second is our so these are the most towards correct sounds which we need to be take care of while speaking. This all is about my reports. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mike.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ravinder, for sharing such a beautiful evaluation report as the timer as well as the hour counter. Topping up as the visual report as well for all of us to see and take back where we lack and how we can improve upon in our hours and as well as the timer. And we really appreciate you taking up the role of the timer at the 11th hour. Now, I would want to share the report shared by Toastmaster Megha as the grammarian for the meeting. Let me just quickly put. For the starting with the good usage of the words, there were eyes on me, hit me hard, resilience, lifelong lesson, embrace your embarrassment, lost of words, avenues, grooming the mentor, in a nutshell, comfort zone, ripple effect, and something which can be not so good usage and can how that can be improved upon. This gap of it can be written as the gap of. There is some other challenges. There are some other challenges. Knowledge is that level. Knowledge up to that level. I was working in one region, one reason. Interview scheduled with business. Interview was scheduled with business. It was totally. She mentoring me. She started mentoring me. Help you in growth. Helps you to grow or help you to grow. It made me fear. It incorporate fear in me. So these were some of the words, the not so good usage of the grammar in the meeting today, how we can improve it upon some of the better usage or some of topping up with some of the different words to rephrase the sentence in a better manner. Now, coming to the usage of the word of the day, that was nurture. It was being used by Toastmaster Ramesh and Toastmaster Monica. So kudos to both of you. This was the report that was being shared by Toastmaster Megha. Now, I would want to cover the report as the general evaluator. Starting with Asadika Camps, Toastmaster Megha, she opened the meeting with a great story about mentorship, and that was the theme of the meeting as well. Topped it up with the rules for the Toastmaster session. Coming up to Toastmaster Monica, she, as the keynote for the meeting, the theme of the meeting resonated the practical approach of something that both the clubs are collaborating for. Nurturing the mentors and the mentee was basically the overall theme. And Toastmaster Monica gracefully covered the theme, telling us that why mentoring is important. In the beginning, she asked the members and the guests to share their stories and experiences of how mentorship and what were the challenges that they faced while either mentoring or being as a mentee. She continued the session explaining that what exactly mentorship 2.0 is for all of us. That is mentoring the mentee, upgrading and upscaling, accountability for both of the sides, and as sharing the agenda, maintaining the goals and the timeline is what something we all should strive to achieve in this new tackling strategy that we are coming up with. And within this, some of the new perspectives by different members as coming from the audience were also included and shared. One of them was the key performance indicator. Moving on to our table topic master, Toastmaster Megha again. She shared she ran a beautiful session today with so innovative and interesting topics that audience were completely hooked to and they were wanted to speak upon the topic. So they did not miss upon this opportunity. There were beautiful deliveries by the speakers as well. So kudos to all of you and special thanks to Toastmaster Megha for bringing such an innovation on the table for all of us. Few of the topics that were really highlight was the golden ticket, a growing crystal, faded photograph. So these were some of the beautiful short span topics which the speakers could easily resonate with and could speak upon. Now coming to the evaluators, I think that all the three evaluators, Toastmaster Jasprit, Toastmaster Monica, and Toastmaster Mohit, shared a beautiful evaluation report for all the three speakers. They followed the CRC approach, that is the commendation, recommendation, and commendation approach. I felt that all of the recommendation that was being given to the speakers are valid, and I wish the speakers to imply these recommendations being given in the further speeches so as to improve upon. Now coming to the evaluators, that is the CAC team, timer and our counter. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ravinder, for taking us the role of the timer for all of us. He presented a visual report and used the timer cards at appropriate positions. So I feel that this was a great meeting, a great start to the meeting. Something that we are taking back and learning is that how mentorship can be implied in our Toastmasters journey and also in our professional as well as in our personal lives apart from Toastmasters. I feel that with this mentorship 2.0, we are going in the right direction. So all the best to Toastmaster Monica and Toastmaster Mohit for bringing with this innovative idea in both the clubs. And I feel that this would be a growth for mentors, mentee, as well as both the clubs. Thank you. This was my report. I will present the stage back to Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Meg, for a wonderful report and very encouraging one. I think everybody got a lot of value out of it. So here we are at the verge of closure. Just to conclude on this mentoring 2.0, the purpose is, of course, to equip everybody to improve their leadership skills, equip them with tools, tactics, accountability, and system that will help them to progress. With that, I will hand over the stage back to our presiding officer, Mr. Mohit. Toastmaster Mohit, virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Monica. I will take the opportunity on behalf of Toastmaster Mohit since he had to leave. So I would first take the polls for the best speakers and the best evaluators. Meanwhile, I would recommend if you can take the feedback from the guest and if you want to share the form link for the feedback on this mentorship session.
I'm sorry, Meg, I think I'm not able to understand. You want me to share something?
Yes, please take the feedback from the guest. Meanwhile, I will
Sure.
prepare the polls and
Sure,
would launch
definitely,
them.
definitely. I'm so sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. Jaspreet, would you like to share your experience of this meeting till the time Meg is creating her reports?
Yeah, sure. Overall, I really thoroughly enjoyed this meeting. All the speeches are fabulous. I really enjoyed, and thank you for giving me this evaluation role. It was really helpful, and I got really good feedback even on my evaluation. So thank you. And overall, I enjoyed.
Great, superb. We would really like to see you in our upcoming meetings also. It was a great having you as an evaluator as well in today's connection. Okay, Devinder, would you like to share how has been your experience?
Control C, Control V, super meeting as always. And today also it is same.
Wow, that was very quick and concise one. Loved it. We have Invictus Toastmasters.
That is the host account, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, okay. 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 So maybe we can have a quick feedback from Ankita. Ankita, how has been your experience in our today's meeting? Although you have been a speaker today, but really would like to know your opinion about today's meeting. Ankita, are you there? Would you like to share?
Sorry. Hi, it was wonderful meeting. Thank you for giving me opportunity. And I will definitely work on the feedback. So it happens at time like you get out of words. And today I forgot many things, unfortunately. And it's good to hear all wonderful speeches and what table topic. So every time you join any of the club Toastmaster meeting, you get to learn a lot. This is what my journey in 2 years. So it is, we feel like we are investing 2 hours on weekend, but they are worth it because you get freshen up. Otherwise, your day will start at 12 sometimes. But today it will start at 11, like 8 o'clock. Like, so thank you. Looking forward to join more meeting if my journey continues. Maybe I like now my pathway and membership both are over or will get over. Pathway is completed anyhow, but membership. Since R is offline, our club meetings are offline, and like I said, my work is work from home. So often I don't get chance to visit office, and like always it is good. We get live audience, and that stage is different. You get to like live audience will be there, and if you have any fear to meet new people or speak in front of whole audience, so but even virtually online also you get to learn a lot. But now like online has become comfort, and immediately if I go and see live, because since I'm working from home, hardly I get to see people over the week, and immediately if I see large amount, then it is becoming difficult for me now. So that I need to work upon now. So go outside and meet more people.
Superb. Thanks for sharing that. Of
Thank
course, Toastmaster journey is, as somebody shared in our last meeting, once a Toastmaster is always a Toastmaster,
you.
because
Yes.
there is a huge avenue to keep improving. Of course, your pathway may have completed, but your journey is still there
Yeah,
to become a
jealous.
great leader. And we would really love to see you in our group as in a part of our group if you continue on this journey on this virtual platform to give you even more avenues to uh, groom yourself, because as you shared in your speech also, your journey have been fabulous. So really would like to
There's
see you
still
more
many
often.
things to work on, learn. Since like if you keep practicing, if you keep attending meeting, more new words you will learn. You will read books.
Correct.
You will that same will repeat in your head, right? Like if they're stagnant, because technically we do speak English, but that is all professionally technical. That doesn't involve much of grammar or only yes or no done status. That's it. In progress.
Super.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Mehak, are you ready?
Yes, thank you, Monica. So I'll launch for the best speaker first. I would request everyone to please vote. All right, I've received all the votes. Thank you. I'm closing for the best speaker. Now launch for the best evaluator. All right, thank you so much. I'm closing the polls for the best evaluator. Now for the best cable topic speaker. Waiting for one more vote. All right. Thank you so much. For the auxiliary role players. Thank you. I've received all the votes. Last one for the role players. All right. Thank you so much. I am ending the polls now. I would share the results with you, Toastmaster Monica. Would you want to do that, or should I take the opportunity?
Please go ahead and share.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for your votes. Let's start with the best speaker. Any idea who get the opportunity to win this time?
All three.
I hope this should be. However, it is Toastmaster Ankita. Let's have a huge round of an applause for her. I think she's not here in the meeting. Oh, she's here. Toastmaster Ankita, congratulations. You have got the opportunity to win this time. Now, coming to the best evaluator. Well, all three evaluators were wonderful, but there's one who has got the opportunity to win. Well, it's Toastmaster Mohit. Huge round of an applause for him. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mohit. Now, coming to the table topic speaker. Well, there were many speakers, so it is Toastmaster Shweta. Let's have a huge round of an applause for her. Now, for the auxiliary role player, no doubt it is timer as well as the hour counter, Toastmaster Ravinder. Huge round of an applause for him. And for our role player, any guesses? Well, no, it is Toastmaster Monica. Congratulations, Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for this great meeting. Let's meet in our next meeting next Sunday. Until that, have a good day today. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.